The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon and welcome to another Wednesday webinar. I'm Dr. Ken Stewart and today's topic is pre-diabetic. What's next? So let's jump right in. You recently left your provider's office and you received a diagnosis of prediabetes. What does that mean? Well, this webinar will help to answer that question along with helping you understand the definition of prediabetes, what is happening in your body, ways to reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, and lastly, end off with an opportunity for you to create your personal goal for the week. So what is diabetes? Well, diabetes or prediabetes happens when the insulin in your body doesn't work as well as it should, and you have high amounts of sugar in the blood. When your provider asks you to go get some lab work done, they oftentimes would check your blood sugar. Now, if your number falls within or between 70 and 99, that puts you in a normal category. If you fall between 100 to 125, that you fall within the pre-diabetic range. But I believe that's an opportunity for you to make a U-turn, for you to make a change in terms of your lifestyle. And last but not least, if you fall at least at 126 or higher, you fall within the diabetic range. So let's kind of take a step back and kind of talk about what happens in your body. So looking at the picture on your left, you can see food goes down in your body, it goes into your stomach, and in your stomach, your body converts the food into glucose. And then the glucose goes into the bloodstream. While that is happening, your pancreas also produces something, and that is insulin. That insulin, along with the glucose, travels in the bloodstream, and once the insulin connects to a cell, whether if it's muscle cell, a fat cell, or a liver cell, the insulin now binds to the cell, acts sort of like a key, opens up the cell so that the sugar can get into the cell and be used as energy. So that's during the normal process. Now you go to type 1. Same process happens where you eat the food is broken down into glucose. The glucose now goes into the bloodstream. That is the normal process. However, with type 1, the pancreas does not produce any insulin. So you have the bloodstream full of sugar, but the sugar cannot go anywhere. So that is the issue with type 1, and that is pancreas produces no insulin. Then you go to the last picture. Same process happens. You eat some food, it's broken down into sugar or glucose. The glucose goes into the bloodstream, but the pancreas has a problem. And that first problem is the pancreas produces low levels of insulin. Low levels of insulin. And that's because the pancreas cannot keep up with the glucose in the bloodstream. That's the first issue. The second issue is, even if you have insulin in the bloodstream, that insulin has a hard time binding or connecting to the muscle cell or the liver cell or the fat cell, not allowing or reducing the amount of sugar that can get into the cell. So you have two issues. low levels of insulin, but then also insulin resistance. So those are your two problems signifying type 2 diabetes. So is there a food problem? I think there is. And the answer are 5 letters: carbs or carbohydrates, but specifically simple carbs. The goal is to move from simple to complex. And you ask why? Well, let's look at a comparison. If you look at the top, you can see white bread, white pasta, white rice, white flour. You also have whole grain bread on the bottom, whole wheat pasta, brown rice, and wheat flour. What is the main difference between these two groups? The main difference is fiber. Fiber helps to slow down the absorption of nutrients. And that's what you want. The slower the process, the more you feel full, the more your body can be able to get the nutrients out. If your consumption was very fast, then that means then that your food that you've eaten doesn't have a lot of nutrients. Also, fiber helps to maintain your blood sugar. With simple carbs, there's a spike in your blood sugar all the time, and you get hungry faster, and you don't go to the bathroom as much. Fiber also helps to lower your bad cholesterol, and that is important because the more fiber you consume, along with animal products, that helps to lower your bad cholesterol. Also, fiber helps to encourage you to go to the bathroom, or fiber encourages you to go to the bathroom on a consistent basis, and that helps to reduce your risk of certain cancers. Here is a list or a general consensus of high fiber food options. You have fruits, you have vegetables, you have nuts, you have beans and legumes, you have bread and grains. And that's what you want to consume on a daily basis. Another aspect of helping you make changes to reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes is to get moving. Get moving, I would recommend taking small steps. And that can be going for a walk a couple times a week. You can increase that to walking and or running. Walk a period of time, run a period of time. You could increase it to going to exercise classes. 40 minutes, 2 times a week. Could be Pilates, Orange Theory, spinning, bike riding, or you can engage in resistance training, weightlifting, using stretch bands or resistance bands, or even using some cans that you have in your pantry to help you with exercise training and resistance training. So how can we reverse the prediabetes to diabetes process? 2 quick things. One is slowing down digestion by consuming more high fiber options, but also including the type or the serving amounts. The serving amounts is also key too. Second is increasing sugar uptake by increasing in physical activity. Also, this is just a freebie, but protein, but specifically fat. When we consume a lot of fat, that fat has been connected to problems with the insulin binding to the cell for the cell to open. So the fat sort of like is gumming up that area where the insulin is having a hard time binding and connecting to the cell. So you have less amount of sugar going into the cell. So that's a problem. So be mindful of that. So what is your goal? We spoke briefly about what is diabetes. We spoke about carbs, fiber. We also spoke about protein and fat. What is your goal for the next week in helping you reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes? You can jot it down. I want to give you a couple seconds to do that. Now, how confident are you in your ability to achieve your goal? From a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you? What obstacles stand in your way from you achieving your goal? It could be time. It could be not being able to wake up early enough. It could be either time to cook, time to prepare, or not enough time to go shopping. What are your obstacles? And what measures are you going to put in place to help you achieve your goal? For some people, a measure could be, I'm going to go shopping Saturday night in preparation for the week. I'm going to prep or prepare my breakfast the night before. Have it set up, the foods that you can keep out the night before or keep in the fridge, but have everything else set up. So what are your measures you want to put in place? And if you achieve your goal, please don't forget to contact me. My name is here, my email, and my number, because we want to give you a goal. We want to give you a prize, not a goal, a prize. So please don't hesitate to give me a call. Connect with me. I want to hear how you're doing. All right. And thank you for taking the time to talk to me or to view this webinar. Please don't hesitate to connect with me whenever you can. And thank you and have a good day. Goodbye.